Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, how much does the internet actually weigh? I know what you're thinking. Impossible. The internet is virtual, it's floating in the air, it has no weight, right? Well, imagine this. Every time you open your phone, scroll through a feed, watch a video, or even tap that like button, you are literally adding new mass to the internet. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the strange physics of digital information and uncover the mind-blowing truth. Does the internet truly have weight? And is that mass smaller than a single raindrop? Or maybe larger than a blue whale? Get ready, because the answer is going to make you look at the digital world around you in a totally different way. But before we start, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Seriously, most of you watch without hitting like. Support us and share this video. First, we need to understand the fundamental illusion. The internet feels like nothing, right? We open it every day, we send texts, watch streams, download pictures, and it all happens as if there's no weight, no physical trace. We only see it on a screen. We touch the phone or the computer, but we never feel the internet itself. But the truth is far stranger. Digital information isn't just pictures and text. It has a real existence, even if it's not physical in the traditional sense. Every download, every message sent, every video rendered is stored in devices filled with electronic circuits where electrons are constantly moving. And every single movement of those electrons adds a tiny, tiny fraction of mass to the digital world around us. Think about it. The internet isn't just words on a screen. It's an entire universe with a hidden infrastructure, filled with data that's moving, consuming energy, and therefore it has a genuine physical impact. And that's the question that should blow your mind. How can something we can't see or feel actually possess real weight? Who would have ever thought that the network we dismiss as a mere digital cloud could have actual mass, no matter how small? In this segment, we're going to challenge every assumption you have about the internet and show you just how wrong the conventional view of the internet is virtual really is. What you learn here will fundamentally change how you perceive the digital reality surrounding us. Now, let's understand something crucial. The information on the internet, whether a text, an image, or a video, is all built on something incredibly small: electrons and photons. Every piece of data stored in computer chips or servers is represented by a change in the state of its electrons. Simply put, every bit of data exists as a movement or a state of these electrons. It's like every message or photo is a tiny game being played by electrons inside your RAM or hard drive. And it doesn't stop there. Even the data being transferred between devices moves as pulses of light through fiber optic cables. So every time you open a video or a web page, these electrons and photons are moving at the speed of light, carrying data from one point to another, like highly efficient digital soldiers doing their duty. The amazing thing is, none of this movement is free. Every electron that moves, every photon that transfers data, consumes energy. And that means the internet isn't just air. It's a material world with a real foundation, even if its components are too small for us to see with the naked eye. Let's now consider a deeply strange idea. The electrons that store all this data have an incredibly small actual mass. Each bit of data requires a certain number of electrons, and all those electrons have a tiny bit of mass. When you add up every electron storing the world's data, you get the total weight of the internet. The punchline is that this mass is actually minuscule, smaller than a raindrop, barely perceptible. But if you think about it another way, all that mass is contained within the servers, the cables, and all the devices interacting with the data. The weight exists no matter how tiny. But here is where it gets truly mind-bending. Remember Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared? Energy can be converted into mass and mass into energy. The entire internet, from every server to every fiber optic cable and even our devices, consumes enormous amounts of energy just to transfer and store data. Theoretically, if we converted all the energy consumed by the internet into mass, we'd find an additional strange weight. And this makes the internet heavier than just the electrons we calculated earlier. The mass resulting from the energy consumption could actually be far greater than the direct electron mass, completely demolishing the idea that the internet is massless information. In short, the internet is not just moving digital data. It's an entity that consumes energy and represents an actual mass, even if it's incredibly small. This proves that something we perceive as virtual has a physical effect, forcing us to look at the technology around us in a whole new light. The internet is not static. It's a world that grows every second. Data increases day by day. Every message, every video, every photo is continuously increasing this digital mass. If we calculate the weight now, we get a huge number of electrons and energy. But in a year or two, that mass will be significantly larger. This makes us wonder, could the internet one day have a perceptible impact on the physical world around us? This explosive growth also consumes tremendous power, which has an environmental impact. The servers need electricity, the cables need maintenance. All of this increases the internet's carbon footprint. The digital world, though hidden, has a real material impact on our planet. Ultimately, the idea that the internet is a massless, virtual entity is just an illusion. The reality is that every photo, every message, and every video we use contributes a tiny bit of mass and feeds into a colossal, growing structure. We are surrounded by a digital world that has a real existence, and that is something we must look at from a completely different perspective. The internet is not just a remote world in servers and cables. It's a huge part of our daily lives. Every time we open our phones, share a photo, watch a video, write a comment, or buy something online, all of this adds to the digital mass around us. It impacts our behavior, our time, our communication, and even our decisions. Every tiny click makes a difference in this vast digital universe. This makes us wonder, are we just users, or are we also a part of this digital cosmos that has a real existence and mass? In the end, the internet isn't just a daily network. It's an entire world with mass, with impact, with energy, and with an effect on our planet, however small. Every message sent, every video watched, every picture uploaded, it all adds a fraction of mass to the digital universe. And here's the most bizarre part. This digital universe is expanding every second. With every second, its mass and its environmental impact increase. So, the question is, if the internet grows exponentially in the future, will it leave a tangible mark on our physical world? Or will we one day weigh data just like we weigh anything else around us? The internet is not just a tool. It's a mysterious and complex entity. With every new discovery, we realize we've only uncovered a tiny fraction of its power and reality. Think about that the next time you open your phone. Every little thing you move, every tap, every scroll, makes you a part of this strange and mysterious world that truly has mass. And with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Share your thoughts in the comments. What amazed you most about today's topic? If you have any strange topics or historical secrets you want us to cover, write them below. And if you're new, check out our older videos for tons of topics you'll love. Don't forget to support us with a like and a share. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.